Parents, when did you realize your child was broken? My wife Sarah and I had endured 3 agonizing years of background checks, mandatory state seminars, and silent phone lines before Leo arrived at our house in Portland. He had bounced through the foster system for 5 years after his biological parents lost custody. 3 previous families had sent him back, labeling him combative and destructive in the official Manila folders. But the boy who walked through our front door wasn't combative at all. He was unnervingly quiet, rigidly polite, and acted like a hotel guest who expected to be evicted by noon. The first crack in his armor showed on our second Tuesday together, right around 6:15 p.m. The October air was getting sharp, and Sarah noticed him shivering on the porch. She drove to the mall and spent $65 on a heavy, bright orange winter parka. When she handed it to him, his entire body tensed. He stared at the vibrant fabric, then slowly placed it on the kitchen counter and backed away. "Leo, isn't it warm enough?" Sarah asked gently. He didn't look at her. "It's too loud," he whispered. "But you like orange, right?" He swallowed hard. "Bright things make you an easy target." A week later, the real heartbreak happened. I noticed he spent hours tracing shapes in the dirt outside, so I went to an art supply store and bought him a $30 leather-bound sketchbook and a set of professional shading pencils. I left them on his bed. The next morning, I went to take out the trash and found the sketchbook shoved deep inside the wet recycling bin. The cover was violently bent, and the pages had been systematically ripped out and soaked in leftover coffee. I pulled it out, my hands shaking, and brought it to him. "Leo, why did you destroy this?" His eyes were empty, devoid of any childlike innocence. "If I ruin it myself, I don't have to wait for someone else to take it away from me." That sentence broke. I sat on the floor of the hallway and asked, "Did people give you nice things just to punish you with them later?" He nodded, peeling at the skin around his thumbnail. "The better the gift, the worse the screaming is when they take it back. It's just a down payment on getting in trouble." We realized Leo lived his entire life in a state of preemptive grief. He never unpacked his duffel bag. His toothbrush stayed in a plastic Ziploc bag in his pocket, never in the bathroom cup. He was constantly preparing for the moment we would decide he was too much trouble and send him away. Our family counselor told us we needed to change our approach, stop giving him physical objects that could be weaponized in his mind, and start giving him permanent space. The ultimate test arrived in July. My parents had rented a massive cabin near Mount Hood for a week-long family reunion. We had talked about this trip for a month. On the morning we were supposed to leave, I walked into Leo's room and found him sitting on his perfectly made bed, wearing his shoes, clutching his original battered duffel bag. He looked terrified. "Are you ready for the cabin, buddy?" I asked. He gripped the straps of his bag until his knuckles turned white. "Is this when we go to the new house? Are you dropping me off on the way?" My heart slammed against my ribs. "No, Leo, we are going on vacation, and then we are coming back here." Together, he didn't move. People don't take kids on vacation if they're sending them back. I sat down next to him on the mattress. "We aren't people from before. We are your parents, and your room will be exactly like this when we get back." We sat in complete silence for nearly 45 minutes. The car was packed. Sarah was waiting downstairs, but I didn't rush him. I just sat there, letting the ticking clock prove that he wasn't a burden. Finally, Leo let go of the duffel bag. He stood up, unzipped it, and took out his Ziploc bag containing his tooth. He walked down the hall, went into our main bathroom, and dropped the toothbrush right into the ceramic cup next to mine. He walked back to his room, kicked off his shoes, and looked at me. "Can I leave my bag unpacked?" "Forever," I told him. He nodded once, a tiny, almost invisible movement. Then, he walked over to his closet, took out the bright orange winter parka he had hidden for 9 months, and draped it over his desk chair, right out in the open.